Hey friends, Dale here, 3 Generations. Welcome. I haven't been posting anything really lately. I had a tough 2 weeks and crazy and in Ohio for 3 days and Pennsylvania for 1 and anyhow. And I don't know, I should have maybe fed all my animals before I started this. You probably hear the pigs in the background and the chickens and all that stuff, but anyhow, this is farm life. So I wanted to get you updated on the Ford 8N. It's back in the equipment barn, equipment shed, whatever you want to call this building. I was very blessed yesterday to have my friend Claire, who's very mechanically inclined. Not as I am not mechanically inclined, he is, and so he helped diagnose the tractor, and it was very tricky. There were just lots of little odds and ends that weren't quite right. And I bought a kit for the distributors. He replaced. It wasn't we. It was he replaced the points and condenser, and after that, it seemed like we were getting a spark, and then we played around at the gas to make sure we're trying to get gas, and then just on and on and on, just all these little things, and we just weren't quite sure what was going on. And after we had replaced the points condenser, the spark plugs were getting spark where they weren't before that, if I remember correctly. And so we got that accomplished. Then at some point in the day we got some starter fluid and it wasn't starting, and there was spark right then, and so he took apart the air filter that has the oil bath in the bottom, and here I had when I changed oil in that, I had put almost an inch too much. Somehow or another I missed the fill line somehow and went about an inch too much, so that could kind of explain why we weren't getting gas to the cylinder. And so we were then able to well, first of all, I went to Tractor Supply and I got a rebuild kit for the carburetor, and he replaced a number of the parts in there. He cleaned out the carburetor good, and then we discovered the oil filter overfilled, and so then we used sprayed some of the starter fluid, and it didn't start. So he checked for spark, and there was no spark again, and so it seemed like that coil was intermittently sparked, and then it wouldn't, and then it would, and then it wouldn't. And that was the new coil I'd put in quite some time ago. And so he said, you know what, we're going to put the old coil back in. We put the old coil in, and it started right up. So I think it probably needed a point, or the points or the condenser, and then eventually we realized that it needed the old coil back in. So it started right up, and then I had brought it down here to the barn yesterday, and this morning when I came to do chores, I tried it and it started up immediately. So that's a good sign. Let me see if it'll start now. Alrighty. Key. Out of gear. That's a relief. It smelled, when it did start, it was real gassy, so I think I over choked it. Before I had to choke it pretty hard. Now I don't know, with the carburetor all cleaned out and everything, I'm not a mechanic, and so I don't know if that means I won't have to choke it quite as much. You guys tell me, I don't know. So the other thing I need to do is it needs new spark plugs. So I've ordered those online. I tried to get them locally, and they didn't have that particular spark plug, but they cross-referenced it, and the spark plugs I got didn't fit, and then we tried to get it somewhere else, and they didn't have blah blah blah. So Tuesday I should have the new spark plugs, and we'll put those in, and that'll probably help a little bit too. So anyhow, hey guys, thanks for watching, and blessings to you.